Electron Ash has the question. Let's see. I wanted to ask about the whole on-wall versus in-ceiling thing again, but it's complex, lol. Because in theory, if you have in-ceiling speakers that are closer to the MLP versus on-walls, wouldn't setting the delay account for that? Talking mainly about when speakers are panned or sounds are panned from speaker to speaker. So the main thing with heights is the elevation from the ear level bed speakers. Obsessive compulsive audiophile on YouTube would probably do a lot of testing. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some of his stuff. You can let him know. He can reach out to me. I'm easy to find.
Yeah. He likes to adjust speaker delays to the nearest sample using RAW, mainly a bit too OCD. It's produced why, pal. That's right. It's like why, and where's the pal? Looks like I can't get the Arcam remote from Tim. Okay. Well, Electron Ash, I'm sure you've heard us talk about it before. When you have the height channels closer to the MLP, now you don't have, like, if you look at the rectangle of like the Dolby Atmos render or anything that's tucked into the corners, those sounds are going to be closer to you as opposed to being where they should be in theory. Like the helicopter, you got a helicopter on screen, helicopter takes off, right? That sound should stay anchored to the screen. So if you have those speakers above the height channels above your front left and right, you're going to hear that properly as it is in the, how it would normally be. And then if you have the, Atmos spec of in-ceiling is closer to the MLP, that sound is now traveling up and towards you into the room. And there's only so much like delay settings that, an AVR can compensate for the fact that the speaker's just in the wrong area, right?
Yeah. I mean, you got to think about imaging between two speakers, right? So when you want to image, they have to be a certain distance apart, right? If you put the speakers too far apart, then it loses its ability to image, right? There's just too much distance between them. You have less leeway when you start going upward, right? So that's why, the Oro 3D guys say 30 degrees and beyond that, it starts to break significantly. So if you want an image somewhere between your front speaker and the height speaker, can't go that much higher, maybe 45, maybe. But once you start getting real high up there, then it becomes your ear gets drawn to the speaker that's closer to you, right? So it'll immediately go from something that's over to the front and immediately go directly to the top. But that's some people want to hear more from the height speakers. That's one way, is just put them closer to you. Well, we can do that experiment too, right, Chana?
Yeah, of course.
We'll set that up for the new year. We'll do some height speakers in the front and rear, and then we can do ones where they're really like right above you. And some people have recommendations for different angles. We can try all the different ones and see, and do a binaural demo. And
you guys can see or hear for yourself which one sounds better and make a decision that way, instead of just saying, oh, well, this guy says this and these guys say that and blah blah.
You guys decide. I don't really, it doesn't matter. Like if I find out that the placing it above me is better, okay, cool, great, let's just put them there then.
Easy.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I think with the invention of my speaker stick, we now have the opportunity to just move the speakers around. You got that big box of cable, right? That's the other thing.
Oh yeah, I got you.
I need a lot of cable. I mean, I could put 6 height channels in here with the speaker sticks, but then I'd have to redo my main listening position. I don't know. But anyway. Chris, the object is placed by all speakers, correct? This is not correct, Chris. Once the object hits 100% height, then it is no longer placed by any speaker. But it has to be 100%. If it's 98, it's going to be imaged with whatever speakers are available or close to it, right? That's just the way it is.
Just think about 50% is what's the most important though. If you do 50%, it should be halfway between two speakers, right?
Right.
Where will that image? Think about it. Just a simple thing. If you image it halfway, where will that image lie? If you have a speaker really high up here, well, your ability to image from here to a speaker that's in front of you is going to be very tough.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Our ears are on the sides, so we can hear this very well. But hearing this way is very tough. Like there's only a certain amount before it breaks.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the issue. So other people would argue that, but we'll have to do some testing and see for ourselves, and we could be wrong. We'll have to wait and see. I don't think we're going to be wrong, but we'll see.
I don't mind being wrong. That's easy. You just got to be a man. You got to sack up. Yeah, I was wrong.
Be a man.
Be a man. Do the right thing.
Be a man. Do the right thing.
It's just that most studio like Atmos setups I've seen have the height speakers closer together near the ceiling.
So I think they have to be approved too.
What's up?
I think a lot of times they have to be approved by Dolby if they want the stamp of approval.
Yeah.
And if you're not going based on their spec, they're not going to give you that stamp. But they may have some other reasons why they need to recommend that.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, have you seen some of these studio setups? Where's the main listening position? At the front, like right at the front stage is their main listening position because that's where they are.
Yeah.
You know, and like the rears are behind them, angled in, and then the surround backs are on the back wall. So like there's a ton of like weird setups. The Atmos mixing room #1 at Sweetwater Studios, they had the desk in the middle of the room, the mixer's desk in the middle of the room. So it kind of like reminded me of how I had my setup. And it's almost looking like you're that person in the head in the middle, the Dolby Atmos renderer. That's
kind of how I'm right here in the middle. I can draw a circle around all the speakers, kind of, right?
Kind of.
Yeah. I just have to back up slightly.
Yeah. You're the front one.
Close to all of them.
I have too many questions for live chat. Before cutting my ceiling, try different degrees of ceiling speakers. 40 degrees was best for me. Look at that. I want to drink.
Mm-hmm.
Some studio setups are weird with the side surround directly to the sides. But then they are usually set up for one mixing engineer. There is what is AFIK?
As far as I know.
Oh, there is a reason for having the side surround slightly further back from the main city. And that's to avoid the other people's heads. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Blocking the sound, yeah.
That's a real thing.
Yeah.
That's a real thing to consider, right? If you have a high seat back, it kind of makes sense to try to get the sound to you.
Yeah.
All real things. All real things. That's what you said in the video.
Who?
Remember in the video for the Arendelle speakers?
Oh, yeah.
Reading all real things.
All real things, yeah.
Now, if you can't catch the show, we do have an audio version at anchor.fm/daily HiFi. So make sure to go on over there if you like to listen to the show.